Some facts are strange, others are disturbing, but some were classified for decades. In 1973, inside CIA headquarters, thousands of documents were destroyed. They described secret experiments, drug testing, hypnosis, sensory deprivation. The program was called MK-Ultra, and unlike many Cold War legends, this one is real. This is what we know based on official documents. During the early 1950s, the United States was gripped by fear. The Cold War was escalating. The Korean War had just ended. American prisoners of war returned home, describing intense psychological pressure. Some officials believed communist governments had discovered new methods of brainwashing. Whether those fears were exaggerated or not, they had consequences. In April 1953, CIA Director Allen Dulles approved a classified research program. Its goal was to study methods of behavior modification. The internal name was Project MK-Ultra. The objective was not science fiction. It was strategic advantage. The CIA wanted to know, could drugs control a person's mind? Could memory be erased? Could interrogation be enhanced? And more importantly, could enemies be doing the same? MK-Ultra was not a single experiment. It became a network of at least 149 sub-projects. Many focused on LSD. At the time, LSD was still legal. Researchers believed it could break down psychological defenses. Some hoped it might function as a truth serum. The CIA funded universities, hospitals, and private institutions, often through front organizations. In many cases, researchers did not know they were working for the CIA, and in some cases, subjects did not know they were being tested. That is not speculation. That is confirmed in Senate investigations. One of the most documented cases involved a US Army scientist named Frank Olson in November 1953. Olson attended a CIA retreat. During a meeting, he was secretly given LSD. He was not informed. He did not consent. Days later, Olson fell from the 13th floor of a New York hotel. His death was ruled a suicide at the time. More than 20 years later, in 1975, investigations revealed the CIA's involvement in the LSD exposure. The US government formally apologized to his family in 1976. They also reached a financial settlement. However, questions remain about the exact circumstances of his death. This is where documented fact ends and uncertainty begins. But Frank Olson was not the only case. Declassified records show experiments involving prisoners, psychiatric patients, and other vulnerable individuals. Some tests included high doses of LSD. Others involved prolonged isolation. Electroshock therapy was also studied in combination with drugs. The stated purpose was to understand how to control or alter behavior. There is no verified evidence that MK-Ultra created programmed assassins or reliable mind control techniques. Official reviews suggest the results were inconsistent and often scientifically weak, but the ethical violations were real. In 1975, public awareness exploded. The US Senate launched an investigation known as the Church Committee. The committee uncovered illegal surveillance, programs and secret experiments conducted without consent. During testimony, it was revealed that most MK-Ultra files had already been destroyed. In 1973, CIA Director Richard Helms ordered the destruction of the program's records. This happened as the Watergate scandal increased scrutiny of intelligence agencies. However, approximately 20,000 financial documents survived. They had been stored in a separate budget. Archive those financial records allowed investigators to reconstruct part of the program, but not all of it. And that gap matters, because when records disappear, speculation fills the space. Over the decades, MKUltra became a foundation for countless conspiracy theories. Some claim total mind control was achieved. Others claim hidden continuation programs still exist. There is no verified documentary evidence supporting those claims. What we do have are Senate reports, CIA memoranda, and declassified financial files. They confirm this. The CIA funded and conducted human experiments. Some participants did not give informed consent. LSD was administered secretly in certain cases, and oversight mechanisms failed. This was not science fiction. It was government policy under Cold War pressure. It also changed public trust permanently in response to the revelations. New oversight laws were created. Intelligence activities faced increased congressional review. Human research ethics standards became stricter. MKUltra did not produce super soldiers. It did not unlock reliable mind control, but it revealed how fear can distort judgment even inside democratic systems. And perhaps the most unsettling part is this: we do not know everything, because the majority of the records no longer exist. Some facts are strange, others are disturbing, and some were classified for decades. This is not theory, these are documents. MKUltra officially ended in the early 1970s. The documents that survived were reviewed. The hearings were held. The apologies were issued on paper. The program is closed, but history leaves traces. And when thousands of files are destroyed before the public ever sees them, what remains is not just a record of what happened, but the quiet awareness that we only know the parts that survived.